Hello, second part, Rialto, Busan. I have Lucky, and I also have Eladio here. Now, hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, cool. So, we just finished doing um Rialto attack, and now we're just gonna do the three maps of Busan. So hopefully this doesn't take longer than 45 minutes. So let me put on my timer, and we can go. All right. Okay. Cool. So let's just play it and see when we get to the compositions.
It's a good map for May Reaper.
It's also a good map for Doomfist.
We can do.
Doomfist might out.
Nah, May's better.
Why
Hey,
are we doing our shield? You're also cop color.
Do you think that May Reaper is better than Reaper here?
Doomfist is busted, so
Yeah.
May is good because the chokes are very small. So priority war picks with war has more value. But then you can still run like May Doomfist would have been the optimal one, but I don't want like.
I think that May Doomfist is the better one, I think.
Yeah, I
But
would
with Rain Starry, I think that May is better, and with Double Shield, I think that Doomfist is better.
Yeah, but like May, you have 3 chokes. Actually, if you count them all, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 chokes. You can wall off. So I think May is really strong, and then either a Doomfist or a Reaper. I think both are fine. It also depends on what the enemy is running. And since they're running double shield, I think Doomfist would have been a better pick.
Yeah, and this map is not a fire map, so I think Doomfist instead of Reaper would be the right choice.
Okay. Alright, let's go.
It's fucking, the physics on this is so fucking weird. Look at this jiggle.
Yeah, the comms.
Why are we doing double
Nice
shield?
What the fuck?
You wanna? I think this can work on this map particularly.
What?
Okay. I'm just asking.
Why is it lagging a bit for me?
You keep it like this. Next map we do with double shield.
Hold on, it's lagging for me for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. There we go. Alright, should be better now.
Shield goes down meta.
I set up this photo. Okay, so you play left, that's completely fine. You guys want to look to play aggressive now?
I'm good, why?
They fucked up their wall. Their good wall from Eladio here to split them. May will have ice block, so you either focus the Sigma and kill him, and then force ice block, or either way. But like the Sigma first should be the target core now from safe. Let's see if he does.
Well behind.
Doom.
Targets.
Doom.
Why are we calling Doom? Where's Doom?
Was Doom out of cooldowns?
I don't know. Where was Doomfist anyway?
He's standing in the wall.
Doom is like
the wall.
Yeah, next to the wall.
The
blue
enemy
wall.
wall.
Ah, okay, behind. Yeah, okay, I see it now.
Targets.
So let's see if he used the cooldowns.
I'm good, why?
Well behind.
So he
Targets.
Yeah, shift. Because the uppercut still.
Doom.
If you realize we focus
The thing
Sigma, even though he wasn't called, we all focus Sigma. I think the only one that actually focused the Doomfist was safe.
Yeah.
If you realize, I think that also Lucia maybe, but we were all killing the Sigma, so Sigma was the right call there, I think.
Though, what you hear here is he's calling out Doom.
He's not saying where.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't even know, and I'm watching the VOD.
Yes. So every time I want to hear, and we talked about it on the previous scrim. Target. Is he low? You're gonna call out if it's 1. Is he or low HP or half HP and location, because otherwise we were standing there for 3 seconds watching around and looking where's the Doomfist. Well, if he calls Doom behind, and that would have been the right call, we could all have turned around and when he said Doom behind low, so we know where to look.
So you got in the Sigma pick. That's good.
Doom one.
Doom.
May half.
Orisa.
Kan du ta Rosen then? I kill me.
I'm gonna cut point.
Oh.
I'm gonna cut point.
Point, cut point, cut point. We stay here. We stay
I
here.
shouldn't know, but okay.
I want that echoing.
Can you come here?
Me?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted you to cut point, and I'll get you.
Yeah, I think Lucio should be the one who is capping point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have a screen for you guys to see, so you guys can draw. But there's something that you can do on this map. Let me see if I can find a picture quickly. Fuck me. If I can just find a picture of please. Busan Mecha base. Just need a picture. Okay. No, that's too small. I can't find a good picture of Mecha base to explain what I'm talking about. I think that no, okay. I'll just use the video to explain it. Anyway, so what I was gonna say is that on this point there are three ways you can get to point. There's this left side that you guys are all looking at. There's the right side, which is all the way near the coast, and then there's under, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you guys can do here is, well, what what most Overwatch League teams do, like especially when they're playing goods, but they can also apply here since you have a Lucio, is that you have Lucio sit in the middle, in between, like the points, like just above where the tunnel is,
Mm-hmm.
and when you call out, when you know which way they're going, then the Lucio can come and group up. It's so that if you guys need to stay left, then it's fine. If you guys need to go right, then you have the Lucio speed boost to move into, so you can get to right faster. And if they go under, then Lucio can still move you guys to get there faster. So having the Lucio in the middle here, just for the sake of repositioning if need be, because he doesn't need to be there at this moment because you guys have a Mora for sustain anyway. So having the Lucio stand there, and also if they go under, Lucio can get free boops if they go under. So Lucio should be the ones like making sure once the team has established where they're coming from, then he comes to rejoin, or if you need to reposition, you can do that. But I think it's better explained in game rather than here. So next time I get into a scrim, or even today before your scrim, I could show you guys. Just
He's
how
standing between like the right door and
the
the
left, yeah,
stairs.
just basically on the platform above the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Doom is
The
one.
quality is so bad for the video for me now.
I've got coalescence.
I just wanna wait for the wall. Okay, I just wanna wall them up when they come.
Yep.
Watch on
Sonic.
If the wall fails, I'm gonna use coalescence.
They're
rotating.
rotating.
Okay, rotate.
Yeah, this is the kind of situation where if Lucio was, if I just go back 1 second. So if Lucio was there, like
Where
next to
May
the
is.
bay on the right, yeah, basically on the right, like next to the pillar, then he would be able to come up the stairs and speed you over there faster. Obviously, you can't see what I'm drawing, but so you get the split. The Lucio is not through. There are 4 people through. The objective here now should be to either kill the Doomfist as he's engaging. Fuck, where's my pencil? Kill the Doomfist while he's engaging, or push Moira. Because you guys
But
have
Moira is ungettable right now.
Huh?
With her using coalescence, she's ungettable right now.
No.
Also, she's on the stairs, so it's gonna be really hard for us to kill her.
If you guys speed with Zarya, Beam, and Mei before Doomfist gets a chance to kill you, because you guys also have coalescence as well, you guys can push through and allow Eladio to get the freeze on her.
I personally think either Doom or Sigma will be a better call. And when Moira's coalescence runs out, to kill the Moira. It's really hard. I mean, we need to put a lot of resources in trying to get to that Mora because she's standing behind like 3 other people.
Mhm.
I think at this point it's too risky though.
Mhm.
I don't know what you think, Eladio. Or
Yeah, I think that the Moria is not the correct target to focus here because it's gonna be really hard to reach her, you know. And
she
if
has
the if
increased speed as well.
yeah, I know. So if she, I mean, if the Doom punches and he
Yeah,
uses his cooldowns and stuff, we should focus the Doom.
Yeah,
If
he
we
is
had a
going
Doom,
to play aggressive now because he has coalescence to top him up. So he's 100% going to play aggressive now.
but that's because we have a Reaper. If we had a Doom instead of the Reaper, we should 100% focus the Sigma because we can just punch him and he will be really low HP because there's a wall there. He's gonna get punched and he's gonna be 100 HP. So if we had a Doom instead of the Reaper, we should go 100% of the times for that Sigma.
Okay.
Yeah, or the Doomfist.
But
You
the
can
Doomfist,
countering his rocket
Yeah,
punch.
he's
go
charging up a
rocket
punch now.
Yeah,
yeah, but
and
we need to think that the Doomfist is not gonna be Pepega and he's not gonna use his cooldowns and just run into our team.
yeah, but
So,
he's doing it right now.
but I'm not talking about this game in particular. Like, yeah, here we don't have a Doom, so we just focus the Doom. Yeah, we don't have a Doom, so we focus the Doom. But if this happens, I think that we should go for the Sigma if we had a Doom in our team as well.
Okay. Right, let's see how it pans out anyway. So Eladio gets fucked. Steven charges. Don't know why he always charges when it's time to fight.
Doomfist.
Got stunned by Sigma, so his
Doomfist one.
The Reaper, answer top behind.
We are equal right now.
I think the best.
Sigma is the call here. Nice.
I think we're all focusing the.
Watch
Watch out for Enzo.
Lucio.
The target calling and echoing was
Nice.
good.
Moira is falling back.
Another thing that you guys could have done here,
Doomfist one.
just another thing that you guys could have thought about. This guy came through you guys when the wall dropped and just walked past you. You guys could have focused him before he got to his team.
Who?
The Lucio behind the wall.
Okay.
Lucio behind the wall. Could have focused him before he got to his team. Like you have Coalescence, Reinhardt, and Azaria in front of him. You guys could have killed him and then just gone to kill the rest of the people on the point.
Though I, in my mind, always think Lucio is not a high priority target unless he's either really out of position or something like that. You can say he's out of position because he's behind enemy lines at that point.
Yeah.
I think that's why the call was made for either for the Sigma.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying
think
it's
that-
a thing to like you should have done. It's just a thought process behind.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have done something differently. Just throwing an idea out there. If it was called
Yeah,
that.
just turn around and drop the wall and fuck those two up. That would
I
have
think
been a good call.
we didn't even know that the Lucio was there. I think we just tried to focus people on the point. So we just ignored the Lucio, you know.
The Reaper, answer top behind. Watch out for Enzo.
Lucio.
I think
Moira is falling back.
in this particular fight, I think either Henzo or Moira, but I would prefer. I mean, the Henzo was really pushed up, so it's fine if we kill him first. But usually, I would prefer like Moira to die, so the legs sustain and they're both gonna die.
Before the tanks were alive.
Or when they're only after.
Okay, so after the Arista died.
So Moira used Fade here.
So they have Moira use Fed,
So I either prefer Enzo or Moira.
but the answer was
Moira
easier to
is
kill
falling
there.
back.
Yeah, he was gonna go drop off anyway, so.
Nice one. No, but I mean, not particularly this fight, but usually I would prefer Moira to die first because
Yeah,
then
Moira's more
all
important.
the healing drops.
Doom one.
Okay, let's go top again.
Good, push, push, push.
I could do something so hard right now.
Here.
I've got Grav, I'm gonna look for Grav. They're gonna go right, they're going right.
He could have
Oh, they're
stayed
probably
up
gonna
there.
do this. Come on, say hi. Oh, guys.
Sigma,
That's
Sigma.
a big wall.
Get Sigma.
It's nice that Steven was aware that they might juke, but they didn't because they're very one-dimensional in their gameplay. Like if you listen to Steven,
I think Safe called. I don't know why he calls it here. That they're going right.
I'm gonna look for Grav.
Oh
They're
yeah,
gonna go
I
right,
can
they're going
see. I
right.
can see. They all backed out.
Come on, say hi.
It could have been a bait.
Oh, guys.
yeah,
Could have.
yeah, it's good because like it worked out naturally because there was comms. You see what happened here? If you guys are looking like prick further,
They're gonna go right,
They're
they're
going
going
right.
right.
They're going right.
Oh, they're probably
Steven
gonna
said
juke
they
us.
might juke us, so Levy turns round to cover just in case they turn
Come on,
around.
say hi.
You see that?
Oh, guys.
Sigma, Sigma.
And it's a good wall, and you guys get a priority pick now. Hanzo's above,
Nice.
it's fine. Levy can spot that because he turned around again, because you know that they're pushing right.
Okay.
It worked out perfectly. And you
Oh,
know why it worked out perfectly? Because everyone was speaking about what the fuck was going on. You know, the communication was there, so everything planned out perfectly. You know, if everyone was just waiting for Lucky to say, where do we go, what do we do, then nothing works out. But if everyone is just naturally talking about what is going on in the game, then sometimes you won't even have to actually plan stuff out. It will just
Happen naturally.
Yeah, it will just be natural because the synergy is there.
Right. Doom.
Yeah, but I don't think Grav and Shadow, like, a safe call out that he was going to Grav, but you guys got a
Yeah.
priority pick, so you don't need to Grav. Grav is better for a full fight. You should just played on Shadow.
The thing is that we didn't need to use any ult because that was a 6v4. The answer was like not with their team, and the Sigma was dead. So we didn't need. I think we didn't need a single ult, but Shadow is good.
Yeah.
Shadow is good.
I wouldn't have minded if we invested only Shadow.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I'm
maybe
saying.
Gref, and that's something that is you gotta have an instinct for that. To know if you need the graph. I mean, you're planning out to use graph, but you can always, it's your responsibility, and you can always choose not to graph. And I think high tier players, top 500 players, pro players, they will have that instinct for, okay, we don't graph now because we already got a pick, and we don't need it here. Shatter charges quicker,
And Grav.
has less value because of the double shields anyway. Don't mind us investing that to be sure we win that fight, but we didn't need both.
No,
But it
that's
would
for
be
sure.
better if we only invested Shadow anyway. Poor answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait here.
We're getting stuck there, holy
Okay,
shit.
I'm gonna if they come
Okay,
I'm
that's
just gonna
fine.
wait here.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna wait here.
Okay, well, we talked before
Unless
about Levi going left or Eladio going right and talking about it. I think this is the first time I encountered that Eladio actually says, "I'm gonna wait here and I'm going to do this and that."
Yeah, because on Rialto they didn't do it because they were having too much fun.
Going that way though.
Yeah, I mean,
Rialto
you'll see the VOD review. I'll put it up for you to watch.
No, I think
They might go under, they might go
maybe
under.
Say
Underneath.
being aware.
Well, there.
Underneath,
Wait.
underneath. Blizzard under, Blizzard under.
I got the answer though. Got the answer.
Orisa, go for Orisa.
This is the correct pick there, yeah.
Doomfist,
Use all your
Doomfist,
gold on
Doomfist,
the
no.
I'll be there in 5
Him down. The solo.
Shove the dragon, shove the dragon.
No! Orisa.
Oh my god, take out the diva! Oh my god!
Orisa.
Oh my god, take out the diva! Oh my god!
Diva.
Okay.
No,
Why are you scared for the
Moya,
diva?
get the Moya.
Because he
Dude, because
threw, he
I
threw
threw my
his
ult.
ult from when he was below, and the diva reacted, didn't know
Shut
where
up.
to.
Shove the dragon.
He
No!
just looked at the diva.
Orisa.
Oh my god, take out the diva!
Oh, that's why. Okay.
It was so close.
Diva.
Cancel, look down.
No. Moya, get the Moya.
Orisa.
Moya? No, Moya first.
Fuck, nice.
The thing
Okay.
is, I have two things I want to mention in this fight. First of all, I think Levi just Death Blossom
For fun.
without
Yeah.
actually looking if that's a good situation to Death Blossom and if he could because he's Death Blossoming nothing, and then after that save is gonna no, that's not safe. We got Sigma Altos,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what Steven is doing
Just
with
step
that
back.
Hanzo. So the beginning of the fight, you see that he Death Blossom.
Go under, he might go under.
underneath.
Sorry. Lower the volume.
Warte.
Underneath. Bisschen under.
He'd even drop first. He altered from the top platform.
Yeah, so he there's nothing call out if it's a good moment to Death Blossom.
Orisa?
You know, I mean, this is for Levy. I'll say it now. You should like do two cooldowns that are gonna fuck you in this team comp that they have is Sigma's cooldowns and Doomfist Punch. Those are
And
the only
Boop.
things, huh?
Boop.
Yeah, but Boop doesn't get him out of it. You know, I mean, two
No,
things that are
but
gonna get him out
I
of
mean,
get him out of Death Blossom, like stop his damage.
but they still can. I've seen that happen to Baby Bay.
Yeah,
Versus
that Busan game against some
yeah,
check.
it got booped out of range, so no value. But okay,
in
go on.
this in because in this situation, you know, it's other like you know, there's a lot of things to think about. You know, our if I was playing Reaper in this situation, the things that I will think about more would be accretion or grasp, depending on the situation, or both if you can, and Reaper punch. Boop is on a 4-second cooldown. If he's only tracking Boop, then there's no way he can track punch and
No.
Sigma's
That's true.
cooldowns. That's why I'm saying that the priority ones he has to look for are those two
Okay.
before he wants to engage. If he uses kinetic grasp, then you know that he still has accretion, but you can burst him down, or you can get as much damage as you can before you get stunned. And Doomfist as well, if he uses punch, then there isn't an instant cancel. The only thing that can also cancel it will be accretion and that time. So those are two things that you can think about: kinetic grasp and Doomfist punch before you use your ult.
Orisa, go for
I mean,
Orisa.
it worked out, but I think if you just would have waited like 1 or 2 seconds more.
Doofus, one. No. Him down. No solo. No!
Jesus Christ. Levy just spam.
Orisa.
Look at this.
What am I looking at?
Where's
Steven.
Steven?
Diva.
Hanzo low ground.
I can't hear what he says.
He
Maybe he
said
called out
Hanzo,
the answer.
Hanzo low ground low.
Okay.
Orisa?
Jesus Christ, he's got to press shift.
Fuck. My
You don't have to. I mean, I covered it in the first video. You don't have to press shift if you don't need to. You can just walk towards her and hit her.
If you would unbind shift for like a scrim or two, I think you would be so much better. That's what I think, but
Just put it's roll down. Even Jane says it. Put shift on a button that you have to think about before you use, because then you won't use it on instinct. You have to think about using it before doing it. You know, like I did it once. I put shift on my charge on O. So whenever I thought about it, I had to think about where it was on my keyboard and think if it's a right decision. Then after a while, you can put it back on shift.
and I would advise you to and Jane has a video about it as well, to prevent you pinning in Narnia. Try to find angles so you don't get like you're charging in ways that you're out of the team fight or in a position where you're way too deep. Try to find creative angles so your charge, if you use it, is very short. So you won't get out of position, you won't get punished because you're out of position, and we can still heal you up and bail you out if you need to.
Okay, let's go on. Spanish, by
Ryan
the
is
way.
too swingy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's same comp, I believe. No, you.
No,
I
we're running-
switched
you're
him.
running double shield now.
We're now running the normal meta.
Oh, dude, Tower Shield and Doomfist will change 3 heroes.
They are coming left, they're coming left in B.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you, Steven.
Again, Levy, I'm going to flank. Would be enough.
Oh, Widow, watch out.
Where's Widow?
Middle.
No, no.
It's the
So,
basic call. I'm behind him. Or
He
something.
gets fucked by the Lucio yet again. Deja vu. So priority pick on the Moira. You guys win this fight. You guys can continue to play aggressive. They don't have healing at all. You can either secure the fight or, which you what you did,
Okay,
go
let's
back
rotate
to
to
point.
point. Rotate to
Yep,
point.
that's
Slowly
fine.
rotate to point.
Call out the Widow to me so I know it's shield.
She's
Yep.
in mid, she's mid. Oh my god.
There we go. I like that. I said that yesterday at the end of the scrim. Safe said
So I
something,
know it's
and everyone
She's in
helped.
mid, she's mid. Oh my god. Hands
Safe
on
said.
left.
Call out where the widow
Still,
is so I
point.
can block.
Levi, you almost back? You're back.
I'm back. Yes, I'm back.
Do the
Oh,
thing.
Widow's rotate. Widow's rotate.
There
Play
we go.
behind,
Safe
play behind the
reacted.
drop.
I'm gonna
That's
fuck
good.
her up. I'm gonna fuck her
Behind
up.
the drop.
we need a
behind the drop.
shield to protect our team.
And then
Yeah.
the reposition from Lucky. Go behind the drum. Everyone.
Is
knows
that a
behind
good
the drum.
call?
Play with the
That's fine.
Because
Oh,
I think we lost. Yeah, we lost the.
Yeah, because Levy went balls deep on the widow and died. Lost the 1v1.
Yeah, and Eladio just came back, I think, because she died as well, right?
I die from my hands off.
So I thought
so
we're one man down. If we play behind the drum, we would have more cover and natural cover. If we should have sustained until Eladio came back.
Yeah,
And
because, like,
unlucky.
the shield, like I mentioned it yesterday, the shield placement here was, without even talking about it, was amazing. Like, just watch Steven and Safe from when they started.
Oh,
engaging.
Widow's rotate.
Play behind the drum.
I'm gonna fuck her up.
Behind the drum.
Behind the drum,
the
two
shield.
shields behind the drum, one in the main where they're peaking,
Hands
on
on
right,
right.
and then Safe
Both on
starts
the
to
right
come
side.
on the right side,
Widow as well.
and it's good. You see, natural war of attrition. You guys
Lucy on top.
define your place on the roll because you backed out. Enough time for
Eladio to come back.
Eladio to come back as well as Levy's on his way back now, and now you guys can play on the aggressive.
Can we get the Sima, right? He's up.
Hands on one.
See, now we're fully regrouped.
Widow how?
So it's 1-for-1.
Trade.
It's DPS for DPS.
Lucio one.
Still winnable.
Lucio one.
Like right now, if we play with the shields, they have nothing to break it. Sansa was their main source of damage, together with Sigma.
This is where
And
this
now,
this is where
That's-
the focus target went south. Because you guys have traded, they have no DPS
Widow
apart
how?
from Widow. Widow is under control because you guys are playing
Lucio
natural
one.
cover. And Levy should have called. I'm circling Levy. He's next to the drum on the left. Levy should have called that he's going to flank, so you guys don't have to worry about it. You know, you guys have
Was it a good?
to flank. No, it's not a good thing to flank there, because if you came here and you guys had focused the tanks that Safe was calling, then you would have killed them with the help of. But he went for the flank and didn't call it, so no one knew. All he spammed was Widow on the right, Widow on the right, Widow on the right.
I think Widow has no value here because Save is putting a shield in front of her, and if you
like
focus
here.
all resources on
Orisa one.
Wow.
Thanks.
on the
You
rest of
guys-
the team,
I think
You guys 3v4.
will be easier.
Yeah, you guys are 3v4.
Yeah, well,
because Tizzy
Tizzy's helping.
Tizzy went as well.
Lucio one.
I'm healing.
Kill me.
Yeah, we can.
Nah, you didn't go. That was an insane one, dude.
I didn't see the hold, but can I see it?
Kill me.
Yeah, we can.
Big hold. Yeah, I see it now.
Nah, you didn't go. That was an insane one, dude.
Targets.
Sigma.
Lucio. Oh, okay. Sigma. Yeah.
Moira.
I think we should I think. Oh, fuck. Maybe in the next scrim, you guys have a scrim today, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should let's try Tizzy doing target calling
Okay.
on Lucio because he's getting more confident with his comms. So Tizzy, if you watch this, I don't know when I'll put this out. I'll try and upload it before your stream. But let's see you do target calling tonight instead of safe and see how that goes. Let's go.
Keep pushing.
Decent, you're a good ball.
No! Yeah.
Lucio's left side. No, he's back. Okay, what do we have? Prophetic Flux. Jesus Bombers. Jesus Bombers.
Again, this I covered it in the last video. I'll say it again. I'll keep on saying it until it changes.
No!
Listen to comms.
Yeah.
Lucio's left side.
Right? 3.
No, he's back. Okay, what do we have? Prophetic Flux. Jesus Bombers.
No one is saying anything. What do we have? Everyone's playing charades. No one's saying anything. Why does Lucky have to press tab and say what we have when everyone can also press tab as well? And they know they can see in the middle of their screen that they have their ultimate ability, but no one said anything. And again, no one is helping with the ult tracking. I said it in my last video because I'll just say it again briefly. What I want you guys to do in your scrim today, or the next scrim that you guys have. Everyone track their counterpart ultimate. So whenever Lucky says, "What do we have?" you guys can give a rough estimate of what ultimate charge they have. You know.
Okay, I have a question.
Go.
For DPS, how are we supposed to track our counters all charge? Like, it's really hard to track as a DPS, especially if you are a flanker. Your counters all charge. Because how? Like, you are going in, you're going out, you're never.
There's one main way you can do that. One of the best ways to do it is by noticing from playstyle. Because obviously you're on the flank. You know if a Hanzo has ult and they have grab, he's going to play closer to his team. So just by observation, you can tell that someone has an ultimate because their playstyle will change. You know, a more
Or
go on, Lucky.
they haven't used it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That might as well be.
I mean, I know that
you don't have to be like 100% accurate.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd rather have you saying that
The
they
thing-
have something instead of they don't have it.
Or nothing.
Then everyone gets surprised.
that's what I usually like know or do, but I don't talk too much about that. Like, I don't say in game what alts do they have. That's my bad. I should do it more often.
Everyone can contribute to that.
Okay, but what you said is that I'm supposed to track my counters ultimate charge.
You can, if you can, you should.
Okay.
You know, like for instance, if you're playing against a Hanzo, it's gonna be hard for you to track that kind of thing because, especially on Doomfist, you're just gonna be in and out fighting other people. But if you go for a flank and you see that he's playing close, you see Hanzo might have ult. Be careful for Dragon this fight. You know, you can do something like that. So you don't have to 100% do it like a main tank can, because he knows how much damage he takes, so he should be able to say whether or not someone has an ult more accurately than a DPS should.
And even if it's wrong, if you say they might have Dragon and somebody on our team knows that they just used Dragon, but you forgot about that, we're gonna correct you probably. Somebody's gonna probably say, no, they just used it. So then we also know, okay, they don't have Dragon.
Exactly.
But now at this moment, nobody is saying things. So I think by default, doing it that way would be cool or nice for starters.
Yeah. So Lucky is now trying to pull a plan out of his ass based on only what we have and not what they have. And even what we have, no one is saying that I can bongo before they come in, or I can flux them at the corner, you know, or I'm very close to what we can look for Blossom. No one said anything. Just kept quiet, and Lucky's like, okay, we use flux. We can use this. Just like, you know, he's pulling a plan out of his ass, which shouldn't be the way. Everyone should be contributing to help Lucky make up the plan.
Yes, there's Mungos and coalesces. Go point.
Speeding out.
Safe shield is broken.
Go point. Use
Why did
Bongos,
I-
coalescence.
So,
Oh, Levi died. Okay, cool. So then we can use
No, bongo.
Dude, they're within the right.
from Steven.
So,
Well, my idea was there.
No,
Okay,
it's
pause it.
where he bongoed is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Okay, my idea was, my plan was to bongo and coalesces at the same time,
Commit, full commit, full commit. Okay, GG.
and then finish them off with a gravitic flux.
Mhm.
And I didn't took Death Blossom into consideration. I was like, okay, Levi would do Death Blossom when he sees the right moment. But that was my initial plan. But was that like a good way to do it, or?
That was
So-
fine.
And after
You
that,
know,
we can use
but then
No,
it's
bongo.
like, uh, um, like Jane always says, and I always say, you are the holder of your ultimate. Because Lucky has said, use bongo now, doesn't mean drop your pants and show everyone the goods. Because that's exactly what happens here to Steven. Just watch it, right? Just watch Steven. He's in the
So-
middle
And
of
after that, we can use
bongo.
just dropped it. Didn't try to put shield in front of it because he had just placed shield on the left. If you look like in the corner of the thing, he dropped his shield, so he doesn't have shield. He could have said, wait a second," or if better, use your natural cover to your advantage. Put the bongo behind the post.
Yeah.
Or go behind the drum. Keep on moving back, like Lucky said, and put it behind the drum. That way he has natural cover. But you just dropped your pants and showed the goods, and then just.
I mean, the intention is good that he reacts to call out.
Yeah. But then, like, you still have a brain. You still have to use your brain. Like, you just can't autopilot. Like I said in the other, you just can't autopilot when you're playing tank. You know, especially in the meta now that it involves a lot of repositioning and moving around, you can't be on autopilot.
Yeah, within the right.
Cast 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and Sigma just breaks it.
Commit, full commit. Okay, GG guys.
Nice.
Says GG before the fight is even ended. She's mine.
Dude, I just saw the kill feed. Everyone dying.
Okay. Alright, last fight. Okay, so you guys are playing your Ryan Zarya again, I believe?
No,
No double shield.
See Marisa.
Okay,
You show one top.
Right. It's a crime not to play with on this map.
The winner we play point.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, play point.
Levy, I swear to Christ, right? If when you watch this, if you do this shit again and don't say anything, I'm gonna ban you, alright? Don't pressure someone and don't say anything. Because if you say I'm pressuring Widow, Lucky can say, alright, push up. We can push up. There's no sidelines we have to be afraid of. Because the Widow's getting pressured by you.
If you're getting low health or anything and you have no fade, there's no way we can assist you. Because my call was play point if they have Widow.
Mhm.
So I think we're now backing out and playing point so we can deny sidelines. So if you're in trouble, we need to actually speed up to you and then we can help you.
I think that using the TP to kill the Widow is good. Is something that you are always gonna kill the Widow, and you have the rainfall to come back. So I think that's good. But he has to call it.
Yeah.
He has to say, okay, you go point. I'm gonna TP to the high ground and try to kill the Widow.
Yeah, but then
I'm
we
gonna come
were
back.
aware.
But then the only reason why you were going to point is because of that. So if she isn't there, then you guys can take the space. Because the only reason why Lucky is saying that we don't take this space is because of the potential pick of the Widow. Nothing else. You guys can go forward and look for your whole punches for free. Because there's nothing that's going to snipe you because Levy has it covered.
Okay,
but that's fine, but I don't know that he's there, so...
Yeah, no one knows
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. Like, if Levi says that, then Lucky can react to his call and say, okay, then we push into a team.
It's not a bad play. But just play point.
Go point, rotate point, everybody rotate point.
Okay, look.
So, all that space, like, all the high ground and all that, just given away for free.
We couldn't play with the upper tree near their choke.
Yeah. All that space is just given up for free because Levy, you didn't say that. That's
combos.
I'm ready for it.
Whole thing.
Good. There's a Reaper somewhere.
Reaper's gonna fall on top.
Adio's dead.
I'm dead. I will hold too.
Got fucked. They were anticipating it. Like if you just look from the Look from just watch the Sigma. You as soon as you saw your company started charging that.
I'm dead. I will hold to him.
Play a little bit more back.
That
But
was
that's what
my
a Sigma
bad.
is supposed to do.
But
Yeah,
yeah, but also what we
hold
have to do when we play this comp, we have to place really close to the enemy. If they don't have a Doom, we have to place really close to the enemy, because that way I can just go in, do my plays, try to get some kills, and then just come back if it goes wrong.
Was there any way you can end up on the high ground, like the part that's sticking out above the mega room?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Why didn't you go there then?
Because you called go to the point, they have a widow, I didn't know that Levi was using TP, and going there if they have a widow is suicide.
Oh right, yeah, you've been okay, cool.
Okay,
Watch out for the high ground, watch out for the high ground.
Got the widow.
Try to TP to the window, okay?
Reaper dropped.
Reaper no wraith, Reaper no wraith.
And off.
Sorry, I'm processing everything that's just been said.
Reaper dropped.
So Eladio tells Levi to go flank on the Widow.
Reaper no wraith.
So-
The Widow went full Pepega and dropped off the high ground. Because it didn't make it. Nothing made any sense here, like from them. Because if they were pressuring you, they suddenly backed out. But you guys didn't use any ultimate, so why did they back out? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because look, they have their disadvantage. Okay, they backed up because Rick.
Reaper no wraith.
And off.
We don't top.
No, we're slower.
So what's our plan? No plan. This happened on Rialto. Where in stalemate now, you guys have the advantage because you guys have point. But what are we doing?
You're mine. Bitch, oh. You have your Eladios. Reaper one on the left, Reaper one on the left. More down.
Like at
Yeah,
this
that's-
point,
that's-
I'm concentrating on healing
Can you
my
pause?
team, and what I think, but I don't know if I should call things here, is we're just going to do the cycles. If we're in a stalemate, if we're just against each other, we do the rotation, hold punch, Reaper teleport back, line coming.
Okay, so what can
But do I need to call out some things?
So what you can call out here is tell everyone keep the position. Don't give up space, because you don't want to give up the space and give them the point for free. Right? So that's the only
No.
call you need to do here. The only people that need to
But-
be speaking now is Levi and Eladio. Here. The only
Yeah,
people
so
that need to
do I need to say stay point? Because I think unless
stay
like
point, because
yeah, but the thing is, I feel like that's normal that we hold that position, and when we need to back out, I'm gonna call that instead of hold position.
not hold position, just like reiterate what you want to. Because like for instance, if Steven gets low, he's gonna back out. But if he gets low, if he says stay point, even if he knows he's low, he knows that he's reassured that he should stay on point because you guys are pocketing him. You know, it's just to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Obviously, it's natural that everyone should stay on point, but reiterating something is just being 100% sure that everyone is committing to the plan. The only people that needed to speak now here is either Steven, if he's going for halts, Eladio, and Levy, because Eladio and Levy were playing doing the pick game, looking for picks, which is fine. But talking about it, if he said that, for instance, if we go back a bit,
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say.
So
Because here, Levi says Widow's on lower, but he doesn't say that he's gonna get her. So I just get out of spawn. I saw the Widow there, and I'm like, okay, that's an easy pick. But we both went there, and that was bad because now our team doesn't have any. DPS. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only people I needed to speak there is you. Like, Widow's in main, I'm going. So you know that I can just go straight to point. Go to Steven. Steven, let's look for hold hook.
More down.
I should have also called that I was gonna get the Widow there. So.
I mean, it's fine that you go in if it's easier.
Kill Reaper, focus Reaper,
But
focus
then
Reaper.
trying to communicate, like, Levi go point, I got it, or something like that.
Mhm.
I
That's
think
fine.
it's a fine call to make us up because you're flying in, you're killing her right away, but then Levi will be like pressuring their tanks, for instance, or
Mhm.
already back with his team to go for another cycle.
Mhm.
Or is that not a smart thing to do to tell Levi just to go for point and that he finishes it off?
You can
Thing
say
is
that.
that I am the one that should be on point. I should be like doing the combos with Steven.
Mhm.
Or even
Yeah, but then like everything is like if you watch ISDot's video, not everything in Overwatch has to be done by the book. Yes, you can do that,
Yeah.
but if you see it and you can go for it, you can be like, Elijah, leave it, go point. You know, and like situations can change because everything Overwatch is spontaneous. It doesn't have one guaranteed outcome to win a game. You know, killing Moira doesn't mean you want to fight most of the time. Sometimes the team can turn it if they have ult advantage, whatever, blah blah blah. But the communication between two of you, so that both of you aren't putting all the DPS resources into one place, is important.
Reaper one on the left, Reaper one on the left. Move on.
One second.
Go 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 go.
Though Levi pointed out Widow low, right?
Mhm.
Why does he point it out? Who's gonna follow up on it? The only one who could follow up on it was Eladio, and it's not really needed because he would finish the Widow off by himself, right?
Mhm.
So maybe also that's not a call out
Reaper no way.
And off.
you should have made.
No.
Just
Rule of
kill
thumb,
her
yeah.
and come
Rule
back
of thumb.
and
Rule
stay
of
with her
thumb
there.
is if you're in a 1v1, you don't need to call out health status. It's either they're dead or you're dead. That's all you need to call. You know, like for instance, if you're 1v1ing a Mei and you lose, I'm dead. Mei use ice block and war. That's all you need to say. You know, just say, fuck, I could have killed a bird. No one cares about that. You know, just say you died. Mei is coming to point, like the position of the Mei, where she's coming from, and what cooldown she might have. You know, if she used her ultimate, does she have her ultimate? Just things like that. You know, like for instance, no one is looking. Okay, Moira is looking in the direction. Moira faded to get to the
You're
wall.
mine, bitch. Oh.
That is bad.
Yeah, when you're
She's dead.
Eladios. Reaper one on the left, Reaper one on the left. Move on.
But even then,
Reaper
Levi could have killed them both by himself.
Kill Reaper, focus Reaper.
Oh my god, fuck it. Oh my fucking. Ah.
dude, I can explain what happened there. Oh fuck. I can explain.
Just watch it. Can we watch it in like slow motion?
I can explain, okay? Don't kick me out of the team. I can explain. So what happened there is I was gonna punch. I can't remember which tank, but I was gonna punch. I was gonna punch Sigma, and I think
Focus Reaper.
they got halted. I think someone got halted.
You.
Kill Reaper, focus
yeah.
Reaper.
So yeah, Theorisa gets halted there.
So
I wanted to punch her.
Yeah, so Tizzy booped the Reaper, and you missed. Cause watch.
Yeah, I
Kill
think
Reaper,
this
focus Reaper.
Oh no, you missed even before. The Orisa died.
No, the Orisa died. Yeah, the Orisa died.
Like I just punched the hold. I punched the hold. That's what I did. But
Right,
suddenly
but-
there was no
nice,
one in the
nice
point.
autopilot, by the way.
But shouldn't you be? It's the same thing as Steven charging in if there's a ledge behind it and just charging in and getting someone and falling off the in the void. Shouldn't you be aware that if you miss a punch, which is that can happen, that you don't kill yourself?
Okay, listen. So we were 2 up on that fight. I think even 3. No, 2 up. So I just saw a hole, and I was like, okay, if I die, I shouldn't die because there are 2 people that are gonna get halted. So I shouldn't die, and I may get a pick here. So fuck it, let's go for it.
Okay, no, but you're aware
It's
that
like, it's like
you
a
could have
risk you have to take.
Go Reaper, go. Sigma one.
I mean, it's fine. We win the fight anyway. You're gonna be back really quickly, but
Oh, you just tried to whisper.
Shove for the Widow.
Yeah, best time.
Okay, now go point. Go point again. Let's hold choke here. Let's hold choke here. Let's also choke. Hold the choke.
3 seconds. Oh, go back.
By the top.
You see, I like that. But then why don't you do that every single time? Why don't people do that?
What?
Listen to the comms. I put it up. Fullback. Listen to Steven.
That was choke. Hold the choke. Hold the choke. Hold the choke.
3 seconds. Oh, go back.
He communicated that he cannot hold the choke because he's on cooldown. You know?
That's what you have to do.
That's good.
That's
Just
just
do that all the
what
time.
you have to do.
Even if you can. Hold the choke. Okay, I'm going. Reassure Lucky that the call
Like
that
as a,
he's saying is going to happen. Rather than having fucking crickets in the background, you know?
yeah. So as a main tank, you have to be talking for the entire match. You should be always talking.
You would need to talk if you're going to the bathroom, if you're making
Yeah,
coffee,
you have to
if
you have to cover
hold,
that.
if you...
If you're taking a shit, you have to call the color of the
If
shit.
an aeroplane is landing, you still have to call, dude.
You have to call everything if you're a main tank.
This,
Little things like that. If you just do it in every 10 seconds, you know, like when I did a VOD review with a coach back in the day when I was 3K during dive, what he said is if I haven't said anything in 10 seconds, then I should say something. Ah, fuck. I have a phone call. Shit.
just
Back.
pause it.
Yeah, you guys can speak.
Though why this image? So we have our Sigma. Is it Sigma? Where's Levi?
Levi wasn't dead, right?
No, he's alive.
Levi is
I
not
don't know
in
if he
the-
died though. But I don't think he died.
I don't remember him dying.
But
I don't remember him dying. I think
you're
it
on
was
the high
Levi who
ground.
died.
This is behind us. Save is on point.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
it
really
safe?
get why safe is there. Yeah, that's safe.
Alright.
That's a Sigma.
I think our in that situation, our tanks are split, and that's never a good thing.
The thing is that if we are holding the choke, if we are all there, we have to be all there. Like,
Yeah.
Especially both tanks with their shields, with Sigma's damage and stuff. We should all be holding the choke. Like, there's no point at staying on the point. We're just giving up free space, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine because Steven said, but I think I didn't hear it because his mic is fucked. But that he says he's on cooldown. So it's fine if you back off, but then we need to back off all. By the way, do you know a really good spot on this map for Doomfist? If you're like now on the high ground, connected to that international
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
thing, you can sit in those corners above where that like.
I do that after in this match. I know that.
Okay.
Alright.
Also, here we shouldn't back up never because
Wait,
I have the high one.
wait. Stop the recording first.
Okay, so let's see how this.
Wait at the top.
Wait. We wanted to talk about that image.
Yeah.
Which image?
That save was sitting on point, and I don't know why, but
Because
I mean we're back out now.
Steven called back out.
Okay.
That's why he did it. Steven
I
called
think
back
nobody called out a widow up top though.
Yes, that's why Eladio is like, oh, Eladio, did you say it? And you got fucking body shot? Let's see. Let's listen for Eladio.
Hold the choke.
3 seconds.
There I see the widow is
Wait at the top.
So I know that they're gonna stay
You
there.
called it safe. I mean, Lucky. You called it.
Yeah,
Lucky.
I called it.
Reaper
gonna look for Blossom.
Okay, Reaper was there.
Reaper behind. Reaper no rate.
I wanted first.
Reaper 1.
I would have. I was thinking about backing off closer to the mini.
No.
Watch right side and right window.
There's Anna
No,
on the
we're
left.
giving up like a lot of space. We're giving up.
Yeah.
Okay, go back. We don't
Though,
have speed.
can you stop it? Though, if you're going behind, like, I wanted to sit in that particular corner. Why? They then don't have any, apart from pool, not a lot of CC to put us in the void. So what I wanted to do is you have that little high ground there. You have both high grounds behind point, and I wanted to sit there because I know that there was at one point an Anna on the ledge above point, and I was the Reaper above point, and I don't want that threat of not seeing something coming from above and not being able to anticipate it quickly in.
So what should happen there? Our Reaper should take the duel against the Reaper and the Ana, and if it goes wrong, you just Wraith, you just use your Wraith and go back to your team. But giving up so much space, giving up the high ground, giving up everything, even the point.
Levi going for that. Idea. If Levi teleports on the high ground to duel the Reaper, he's gonna die because there's a Widow.
No, but she, I mean, he shouldn't
How
be.
far back are we talking? Like a couple of seconds? Because Reaper's dead.
Reaper one.
No, back.
Good support.
Back?
Reaper gonna look for Blossom.
After the call's being made to go drop back to point. Like see this when the Reaper's going up top. Stop it in.
Okay.
So Reaper is now below the subtitles.
Yeah, and I think we're now sitting on point. I can't see it though, but I think we're sitting that center point. Yeah, I wanted to back off a little bit more and just use like a tiny bit of the point to contest it. So I had the feeling there was a threat coming from above. In this case, it was I thought maybe the Ana or the Reaper. Eladio says Levi should take the duel with the Reaper. Though I say there is a Widow still there. If Levi teleports up top, he's gonna get shot by the Widow and he's gonna die.
I didn't know when you were talking about though. I mean,
I'm about this situation. I'm talking about
situation.
In my head, I was like, I actually wanted to back off a little bit more and just use a corner of the point and contest from there, so that we can see if there's something above us, and we can with the shield from safe we can hide the Widow sidelines. We can deny those, and then we can start to get some picks.
Okay, so I think that
what. Let's just play through it and then see what happens. Go.
Choke, hold the choke.
3 seconds. Oh, go back.
Got no sound.
By the top.
No sound?
No sound.
No?
No.
Nope. Running away.
What?
Scarf
stream. I don't know what could possibly make it scuffed. I have no idea. Anyway, just watch the fight, please. I can't figure it out now.
Let's hold choke.
Okay.
Okay, let's hold choke here.
What's that?
Let us choke. Hold the choke.
3 seconds. Oh, go back.
By the top.
Calls now being made.
I mean, it would have been a Hail Mary play. I envy you for taking the safer option here. You could have stunned that Moira. I believe in you.
Just stand on Moira.
And then die for him.
Oh, and then uppercut and get back to my team. Maybe, but my team was already on the point, so I can't slam on the point.
Reaper gonna look for Blossom.
Yeah, it's not. See where we're holding here? I wanted to hold more back because we have no control over the top ledge, and the Reaper dropped from high ground.
Reaper one. Big support.
We should push up. Shouldn't we?
No.
Watch right side and watch window.
There's Ana on the left.
No. Okay, go back. We don't have speed.
Ana.
Back. Come on. Lucian's not here.
Stay Felicia.
Watch this. Find his Blossom, boys. Watch it.
Look,
Hold them together for the Blossom.
where you call.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Cool.
That's a good position.
Together for Blossom, yeah? Do it in choke.
They're going left.
I don't mind us doing these kind of stuff.
Do it from the high
I like it. As long as it's being called out, I like it.
Reaper's gonna look for Blossom.
Melted.
Oh my!
He just dropped into it.
Yeah, the thing is that we are not listening, so we can't really know if he called that he was gonna use
Reaper on point already.
I mean,
Reaper.
him going for the death blossom was good.
But he should call it. He should say,
I'm
death blossom. Yeah, so maybe Safe can just put the shield
Reset.
where he's gonna death blossom or do something like that.
Tracer.
Or the worst thing, and I think it happened once or twice to us, death blossom combined with Sigma.
Reset one.
Nice.
You could try to heal.
Okay, let's stop it there. So, any last things before I end the video that you want to say to your team? Any TLDR before I give my TLDR?
Save is boosted.
Okay, thank you.
Like he's boosted.
Okay, all right. Thank you for the feed.
No, I think the main things are personally I want our TPS to be communicating more against to our team, but also communicate what the plan is to each other.
Okay.
Ult tracking, calling out what else we have,
Assistance
what
and
else we
tracking,
have.
yes.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
Okay, so I also think that we need to do more all tracking, like all the team. But the thing that our DPS, like Levi and me, should call more things. Sometimes we do just garbage calls. Like we just say, I don't know, oh, let's go, we won that fight, or something like that. So, like, we shouldn't do that kind of calls. We should just shut up, because we are in a scrim.
Hey, you can. We can be like, I gotta pick guys. Can we go?
No,
Always be.
but not that. I mean, like, after you won a fight, you say, oh, we won that fight, we are so good at this game. Like, things like that.
Yeah, you guys
I also
have
do
to
it
say,
sometimes.
shut up.
Yeah, we have to say shut up. So at that time, that is the time that the DPS are gonna find a place to stay for the next fight. You know,
Yeah.
we can call our plans, but sometimes I'm gonna do something, and I'm like, okay, there's like 2 or 3 people talking. If I talk now, I'm gonna interrupt their calls, and I'm not gonna like
just
people are not gonna know what I'm saying.
Leave
So
the glory stuff for like not even downtime, just after the script.
yeah, so yeah, we need to like
Put your head, get your head in the game, and keep your head in the
I
game.
wanna be a
true. Yeah.
I wanted to have a structure that when we win a team fight, the first thing we do is information, gathering
All
information.
tracking.
This
All
is
tracking.
what else do we have?
Tracking.
What else do they have? We make a plan based of it, and as soon as we can position accordingly, and that means in particular in this scenario, Reaper is gonna find a spot, Doomf is gonna find a spot.
I mean, they're gonna find
So
a
we
spot or
can
call a plan. Like we also gonna stay with the team, but we're gonna call what we're gonna do. Maybe then we switch our plans, but like maybe 80% of the times we're gonna do what we're calling, and 20% of the times we're gonna change our plans. But
yeah, but like that default structure. We win a team fight. Okay, what do we have? What do they have? This is what we're gonna do. Because we only have like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of time.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna end this video before my PC dies of space.